Hey everybody, Dr. Albert Snow, Holistic Gastroenterologist. I'm on a mission. I want to wipe out this inflammatory bowel disease condition, IBS, colitis, Crohn's. We got to get rid of this stuff. My mission is, during my lifetime, to completely eliminate them. And we can do it. I mean, here we have a guy here, me, that knows how to heal it. I don't know anyone else that does. And, we have a thing called the internet and all the social media and all that. Give me a break. We should be able to distribute this information easily. I'm behind the curve. Hey, I'm just discovering that I can get my message out like this. Where was I? So wherever I was healing people. So I feel like, I'm on the edge of the curve. I'm the curve man. Right, I'm about 10 years behind. But better late than never. This clip is called The Law of Obviousness. Started out being a joke I made up. I said, I'm going to come up with something funny. Turned out to be the law of obviousness. Okay? I don't think Congress legislated it yet, but I did. What is it? What's important? What do you want to have a law for? Okay, here's the law. If I ask you, for instance, hey, is dairy an issue for you? You can either say, yes, meaning that you'll have an answer right away, or, I don't know, it's maybe, I'm not sure. If it's maybe, don't know, I'm not sure, I chop your head off. I come right in and say, then it's not an issue. Because if it is an issue, you're clear about it, okay? That's how we sort things out. I'll say to you, how's that vitamin? I'm not sure really, and then just get rid of it. It's that way. But what about tuna fish? I'm not sure. Well, then it's okay. Because if it wasn't okay, you'd know. Yeah, I actually do it like that. I jump right through the phone. So we don't go over every food in the book. A woman was telling me today about muscle testing. Wow, man, she got the muscle testing thing. I say, how about we just ask you? The muscle testing is the kinetics, the kinesiology. It's like, going through your nervous system, and you hold the bottle up on your chest or something, and they try to move your arm. What bullshit. I know all about it, okay? It might be something valid there. How about this one? Hey, Joe, what happens when you eat tuna? Okay? Hey, Mary, you started taking vitamin C. How's your butt? Okay, that's what I do. It's called the Law of Obviousness. Okay, we're gonna appeal to people's common sense. The problem is, it's so friggin' simple. They don't get it. They'd rather hold the bottle up to their left arm and have somebody try to move your arm. And I'll tell you one thing. There was a funny story about that. I had a bunch of stores, and I hired an older couple. They were in their late 70s, and they were kind of legendary for certain things. Like, she was a psychic, and he was a wild man. He was into all kinds of stuff, astrology, and they were wild men. I knew them, and they had their own store. I said, come over and work for me. We have a zoo over here. You guys would fit right in. So Steve did this pendulum. Pendulum is when it's like, I forget the name of the science. But it's an energetic thing where a guy holds like a little short chain with a stone on the end of it, like any kind of stone, any kind of weight. And theoretically, if you hold it over like a bottle of vitamins, it'll tell you if it spins left or right. Is it good for you or not good for you? And so I've seen it done a lot of times. It is, you're in that industry, you see stuff like that all the time. And so I said, Steve, what are you doing, man? He said, I got the pendulum going. I said, okay. Well, don't let it get in the way of, doing your job. I mean, it is a business, and you want to sell people vitamins, but, it's always got to be honest, and that's our rep. We do it right. So, I didn't work in there as much. I owned it, but I was in and out. And I'd see Steve doing this pendulum thing all the time. So I just noticed that, the guy had probably 10 bottles of vitamins. Steve tested all of them, and they all spun in the direction that, you need that. So I noticed that, at least a dozen times, where there'd be somebody walking up, maybe with just one bottle, 10 bottles, or whatever it was, and Steve would do it. And, I said, Steve, I've watched you. And I said, does the thing ever say no? Does it ever say, don't buy this thing? He goes, no, that's why your vitamin sales is so high. It's amazing. He believed it. He was like this genius guy from MIT, and he believed in it. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, man. I said, keep using the pendulum. At first I was going to throw him out, get rid of that thing. And I said, keep using the pendulum. And it was amazing that every bottle for years, it said, yes, buy it. It was great. So that's really what the world of kinesiology is. It's a bunch of bullshit. There probably is a science there. But here's the deal. The real deal, beyond that, the pendulum is, hey, how you feeling when you eat that pizza? Okay? And you might say, well, I don't know. I said, then it's probably perfectly fine for you, I guess, because it's not causing a stomach ache. Okay? How you feel when you drink beer? I feel great. Look good, then then do it. But if you said, no, I always get sick, I'd say, you jumped right out with an answer. If we don't get an answer right away, then there's a non-factor. I don't need a pendulum. I can just say, how's it going? Well, I ate some pizza and I'm not feeling too good. Oh, there's a definitive answer. Okay, how about, do you like broccoli? I guess so, yeah. Well, then that means broccoli's not a problem for you. It's, because you would have said to me, I hate broccoli, I get gas. If you don't have an answer right away, I'm going to cut you right off from your mumbling. I'm going to say, do you like gravy? Yeah, well, I'm just going to say it's not a problem then. And usually that's done in the context of people asking me. They'll say, you think I should eat something? I say, no, what happened when you eat it? Another one I like to say is, people have chronic diarrhea and stuff like that. They'll go, should I eat apples? I say, I don't know, eat a couple and tell me what happens tomorrow morning. There's no better way. Food's going to tell you right away. If it's quiet, then you know it's okay. Okay. If you say, well, this is the one we did where we said, should you eat 2 apples, organic, all shiny, or 2 Twinkies? Someone said, I said, what should we eat? And they said, well, obviously you got to eat the apples. I said, no, if you have inflammatory bowel, you got to eat the Twinkies because there's no fiber in there. But, we had people that did their kinetics. They got at home, they're doing the apple and the arm pulling and every one of those people said, well, it said apples. Yeah, okay. Eat them then. So they said, I was up all night shitting. I go, well, there goes your kinesiology. So that's how this is how I ramble on, by the way. So that's the name of the game is to trust the body. Ask the body. The doctors you deal with don't ask the body. They say, let's look at the diagnostics. Well, we like those too. But we're not worship them. I always say to people, they say, you want to see my blood work? I'll say, no, but, whatever test you had, I'll say, just tell me the bottom line. Tell me what the doctor told you. I don't need to know anymore. I'm not going to scan that thing and go, oh, I'm not trained that way. I'm trained in something that's very difficult, to pretty much spontaneously assess somebody by their symptoms. So, hey, that's it for this clip here. I'm making many more because our goal here is to educate you so that you know that you can heal inflammatory bowel conditions using natural stuff. And it's not even that hard. I'm sharing my information. My daughter said, hey, you're hoarding that information, man. You're not getting any younger. I said, well, okay. So, if you think about whether you should eat some cheese, eat the cheese. Your body will tell you within a few hours, if not minutes. Okay, thanks. Good night.